Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports Talk. We're your hosts, Jared and TJ.
Steve.
And in this video, we'll be recapping the series we just played versus the Red Sox, which is the second time we're playing the Red Sox this season after a disappointing series loss to open the season versus them in Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to sound like someone from Boston there, but I think it failed. But
You
anyway,
failed.
shut up. Anyway, so we're coming into the series with, I believe, a 6-game win streak.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're heading in with 14-7, which is awesome. And in the first game, we take the dub. We went 5-4. And we continue our win streak to 7, which is, I believe last year we got to a win streak, I believe, to 10. So we're close. Anyway, so our top hitters in this game will be Austin Hayes, 2 for 4 in RBI. Ryan Mountcastle, 2 for 4, he scores once. Ramon Arias goes 2 for 3, he's 2 RBIs and 1 run. James McCann goes 1 for 4 with an RBI. And Mullins goes 2 for 3 and also with a run. Now, the story of this game was the grit again. The offense had really been struggling coming into the series, and they needed this type of series, bro, because Dean Kramer I believe he starts off giving up 4 earned runs, and we're down 4-0 already. The win
Mm-hmm.
streak's in jeopardy, the morale's in jeopardy, everything's in jeopardy here. But he fights back, pitches 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He gets into the 6th inning but can't finish. Keegan Aiken comes into his place, pitches 1/3 of an inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks. Brian Baker pitches an inning, has no runs, no hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Danny Coulomb comes in, pitches an inning, no hits. See, our bullpen's good with no hits.
Mm-hmm.
No runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and Yinyer Cano comes in for the save. Gets his first career save. Pitches an inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So a beast, to say the least. Anyway, so this game is probably going to be the game we'll talk about the longest. But again, man, the grit this team has, the grit, the fight that they have against a team with a good offense. Shut them down after they get their 4. We get 5. I believe McCann was the one to tie the game, and Arias is the one to give us the lead. And
Mm-hmm.
just, I'm, I'm proud, of this team.
Me
Every
too.
time, just every time they come out, it feels like every time we win, it has to be some kind of comeback victory. But they're doing it, and they're doing it in a very exciting fashion. This is a team that has fought back a lot, especially last year. This team was gritty. And the one thing I was worried about heading into this season was, you know, are they going to have that same grit? Are they going to have that same level of talent where they're going to come in and come back in these certain games? So I do have a question for you before we get to the next game. I have 2 questions, actually. My first question is going to be, if we go down versus a team like the Astros or the Blue Jays or whatever, I don't know if I asked you this already. Do you have the confidence that our offense will string together good hits to get us back into a game and a postseason game as well?
Um, I do, and like how you said, it's pretty evident early on in the season that we have a lot of heart and that, we are sorry about that. We are we come ready to play, and we're a very streaky team, but it seems
Right.
like we get streaky at the right times in games, when
Yep.
it's time when it's whether it's in the middle of games or later on in the games, we come. It's like somebody just lights a fire in us and we're right back in it.
Right.
So, and that's definitely one aspect that I do like about us. Like it's almost like we're not out of any game.
Right.
Just like just one hit, just one blooper, one
By
homer.
pitch, still on
Yeah,
base, whatever it
yeah,
is.
can bring us back to life.
Yep.
So yeah.
And I was kind of worried about it because our clutch hitter was Ruben Odor last year, and he's gone. But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like the whole team has developed a clutch factor,
Mm-hmm.
in them, in like a clutch gene. And I'm going to go on another tangent about this. Before I do, I want to ask. John Means will be coming back soon in July. Deal Hall is possibly knocking on the door of a promotion if he continues to play the way he has. Do you think Kramer's the one to be forced out of the rotation? I know he pitched well after the 4 runs, but those 4 runs are still acceptable.
I think he definitely is on a hot seat. And I don't know if I should be saving this for a later video. I'm
You
probably gonna
probably
be
should.
yeah, but
Just pretend that we're filming this and we don't know
okay.
anything about the future.
Okay. I feel like he definitely is on the hot seat. He has been very, very disappointing in some starts, and allowing 4 runs, early on in the game.
Right,
You know, not a lot of teams can win from that and come back from that, and you shouldn't put your offense in that position.
right,
And so, you know, like I think I said this in an earlier vid, we need more consistent pitchers. We need to get ourselves ready, prepared, and rack up enough wins as we can right now, so we can have enough of those experiences that we've overcame throughout the season to be prepared against the big boys, that we might face in the playoffs.
right,
And we need to, we all any struggles or any battles that we're fighting right now, like I said in previous videos, we need to overcome them right now. We need to battle our own adversities, get over it, so
right,
we can be, so we can be the best version of ourselves going into the playoffs, because we are going to need to be. The
right.
the American League this year is as dangerous as it's ever been.
Yep,
And we can't be a sheep. We gotta be a lion.
right. So yeah, I definitely agree. Especially with the Blue Jays right on our tail, the Rays are better than us, and the Yankees can always turn it on,
Mhm.
when they need to. So just the AL East is a beast in itself. It's called the AL Beast for a reason. So no, man. Every video, I swear, every video, I'm just gonna do it. I love this man. He's incredible. He is a bright, I mean, a light in this bullpen that we needed,
Mhm.
especially with the bullpen's early struggles early in the year, and
Mhm.
just shines at every opportunity he gets. And I
Right.
believe Coulon comes in the ninth and he walks the first guy and he brings in Cano and he gets the guy to second on a balk, I believe. So
Mhm.
he has a runner on second with no outs. That runner does not advance. That runner does not score. He gets 3 straight outs. Just and gets a save, by the way. So I don't know. That's just elite closer or bullpen level material right there, man. Like, just we need him and we need him for the
Right.
long run. So
Right.
hopefully he can continue the success as the season progresses. And just I'm proud. And I'm proud of our bullpen for allowing no hits after Dean
Mhm.
Kramer lost 7. So that's
Right.
another thing I'm proud of. So we're gonna head into player of the game, by the way, will be Arias. I believe he gets the game winning double, gets 2 RBIs to score on that, and we take the lead on that. Anyway, game 2, which we headed to, well, yay, another
Yeah.
game. We lose, unfortunately, though. 6-8, and our winning streak is over. We are now 15-8. This game was kind of boring, to say the least. But before we get into the top hitters and everything, let Kyle Bradish. I'll just read his line here: 2 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, four walks, 1 strikeout. Just batting practice. That's all it was. It was batting practice when he was in there. And it was after the grand slam, you knew this is not his night. I mean, obviously, any grand slam given up, that could be easily said. But when he gives up that grand slam, 7-0, it's the third inning. It's just awful. You can't have that. We need starters to go deep into games because our bullpen is being used to the death of us. Going 2 1/3 isn't going to help anybody. Is it going to help your team? Is it going to help anybody? So I'm not concerned with him as much as I am Kramer, just because Bradish has the stuff to work out of that, and I think he can bounce back in his next start. But Kramer, I'm worried about the most
Mhm.
because his stuff is consistently bad. So just something to think about. But I'm gonna give my flowers to Mike Bauman. Goes 2 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Comes in, shuts the door down. I gave him the player of the game, even though we lost. But I mean, whatever. Austin Booth comes in, goes 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Perez comes in the ninth, I believe. One goes an inning, allows nobody to get on base, or allows 1 walk, no strikeouts. I'm still concerned about Perez, but I mean that's besides the point. Top hitters are Cedric Mullins goes 1 for 5, a home run, 4 RBIs, and 1 run. Gunnar goes 2 for 4, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 1 run. Mateo also hits a home run, goes 1 for 4, RBI, and 2 runs. But I want to say, we just talked about the grittiness. So we come into the bottom of the ninth down 8-1, I believe. 8-1. So I mean, it's over. That's what you think. It's over. Gunnar Henderson hits a home run. It's 8-2. What do you do? All of a sudden, three guys reach base, and it's 8-2, and there's only one out. And Cedric Mullins comes up and hits a ball right over the fence, right over the scoreboard, out of town scoreboard. And now all of a sudden it's 8-6, and you have life. Now that allows for Kenley Jansen to come in and shut the door down, unfortunately, and we lose the game. But again, the grit, the fight. If that game is 6-1, you tie the game and you have a chance to win now, and it's a brand new ball game. So I guess there really is not much to say besides the grit this team continues to show even in losses. So they didn't go out without a fight.
Mm-hmm.
They still tried to come back. And Adley and Santander had pretty good at bats for the last two at bats of the game, just didn't get on base. But I don't know. The fight in this team just gets me excited because it's like it feels like they're fighting for something for once.
Right.
When you love something, you want to fight for it, and they love baseball, and they're totally fighting for it, even when they seem like they're out.
Yeah.
So it's just, I love this team, man. They like even when they're down, they're really never out. And this game could have just been chucked up as a blowout. Brighton High could have been like, F it, just we'll focus on tomorrow to win the series. But no, they came into that ninth inning, got on base, hit home runs, got back into the game, and if you get another base hit with a tying runner on deck, who knows what could happen? Obviously, it didn't happen, but who knows? So look, just continue to fight. And that's what anyway, besides the point. Um, unfortunately, that was our first loss together at a sporting event. So thank you, Red Sox. Screw you, Red Sox, actually. Um, I went to a game last year where we lost like 19-3, and it was freaking Red Sox. So anyway, game three happens. We're going for our fifth straight series win, or fourth or fifth. I think it's fifth.
Mm-hmm.
And going for our first win versus the AL East opponent, meaning first what's it called, series win.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it. We win 6-2. Go
Mm-hmm.
16-8. Our top hitters are Cedric Mullins, goes 2 for 3, 2 for 3, 1 RBI, 1 run. Santander does go 0 for 2, but he gets 2 RBI, so a good. I believe there are 2 sacrifice flies.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon Arias goes 4 for 4 with 1 RBI and 3 runs. And our pitching, now Wells didn't have the 7 inning dominance that he did in the game before, but he goes 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, gets the win. Danny Coulon comes in, goes two thirds of an inning, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Yinyer Cano comes in, 1 2/3, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Bautista, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And we win the series. First one versus an AL East opponent. And can I be honest?
But
The best part of a bullpen will be a back part of the bullpen. Our two setup men, Brian Baker and Yinyer Cano, are amazing. To lead up to Bautista, that's like an unhittable combination right there. That
yeah.
really is. Especially with Bautista throwing 100 million miles per hour, and then you had that splitter at 80 miles an hour. So, excuse me. I just want your opinions before we wrap up this video. I lost my train of thought. I did give the player of the game Arias. I'm trying to think about it again. Um, oh yeah. Are you confident going forward that maybe we can have a little bit more games where we don't have to use Bautista? I'm mad we had to use him today. I don't know why you didn't just bring out Cano for the ninth inning, but are you confident going forward that this offense could score a little bit more runs and our pitching can come in and shut the door down just so we don't have to use an immense amount of our bullpen?
I feel like when our starting pitchers don't get us in the holes early, then
Right,
yes, I feel like we can do that very well. We
right,
won't have to dig too deep into our bullpen. We want to end up using 7 guys, which is
right.
ridiculous for one game.
Yeah,
As long as it goes like that, we're good. I mean, and we generally end up winning.
right,
And so I feel like, you know, like I said, I feel like, we will see a lot of this as the season goes on later and later and later. And, a lot of our guys will be fresh come playoff time. Hopefully,
right,
we can get ourselves hopefully we can just be as fresh and ready mentally and physically as we can for the playoffs. Because that's one
Right.
thing about us is, and back, I don't know, back years ago when we made the playoffs, we had a lot of guys injured.
Right.
We weren't really 100%. So
So like
that's the
Weeders,
main thing.
Machado.
Yeah, yeah,
So I agree. You're gonna want your guys fresh and clean, ready for the postseason. But the postseason is a while away, so there's plenty of time to improve the team to make sure the guys can rest. John Means to be back. Theo Hall may be up. A lot of guys you could think about, and honestly, I'm just impressed. It was a good series win. Obviously could have been a sweep if we came back in the second game, but I mean, 8-1 is insane to come back from. I believe that's all we have for the series. Finally get a win versus an AL East opponent or series win. Should have been two, but McKenna had other plans. So anyway, you have any last thoughts or any last words
uh,
or questions?
well, we covered everything for this series. Just straightforward series, just like the last one.
Yep, pretty much. No, nothing special, nothing more or less. So, we'll be covering our next series versus the Tigers very shortly. Hopefully we get another series win, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can do to get this reach to where we need it to be. And I believe that's it. We're Birds of Prey and we're out.
Well.